What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 36, season 3 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Thompson.
Don't grab candy as we're recording.
Justin, don't interrupt me when I'm doing the intro.
Yeah, because it goes...
I'm going to start over. Ooh, what's up, guys? Justin, stop playing with the candy while we're recording.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to start over. Ooh, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 36, season 3 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Thompson. Joining me, as always, is the Candy Man, Justin. Jmack Gaming.
Don't call me by my real name.
I didn't say your real name.
You shoot name, brother.
I didn't say your last name.
Doesn't matter.
Justin Isaacs. That's not his last name. I ribbed you. I pranked you all. Why is Isaacs the first name I thought of?
Who is Isaac?
I don't know.
Are you in love?
I might be.
Stop eating during the fucking recording, Chad.
I'm not.
No more. Don't touch those.
I won't. I promise.
If you do, I will
Yo,
destroy
what?
you.
Yo, what, bitch?
I hit him, guys. I hit him.
He struck me.
First, Segura defeats Dragon Kid to start the frickin' pre-show.
Beat his ass worse than you just hit me.
He beat him with the Flying Senton, Chad. What do you know about the Flying Senton?
Flying.
Flying Brian?
Flying Brian Senton.
All right, let's get into the show. I have my book here, Chad.
Nice.
I have my book. I'm here. I'm prepared.
Good for you.
You're not.
Au contraire.
It's because I have 3 Company of the Year awards and I have to get another one.
I hate you.
Well, if you have books like me, maybe you would win one.
Oh. Okay, fair
You
enough.
didn't even know what pay-per-view was coming up this month.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. We haven't recorded 2 weeks, and Chad said, "What pay-per-view is this month?" I don't remember because he doesn't book his own shit.
That doesn't sound anything like me, and these fans will know.
Well, let the record
Defend me in the comments.
And now his phone's going
I haven't
off.
checked it, though. It's going off, but I haven't checked it.
Take it off the table. And then he checked it.
And then he checked it.
Let's start the show off here, Chad.
Expecting a big phone call.
Oh, fuck. I have a fucking...
Oh, Justin just checked his phone,
I
too.
have a work call in 9 minutes.
Oh, I better speed this up.
God damn it.
Speed it. We got power through this.
All right, we start off Monday Night Raw, right, Chad?
Right.
With a future shock. Remember last night?
I do.
What was it? What happened?
Well, we went to where I was working.
Brock Lesnar defeated Kishi in a last man standing match. Kishi had a good 1-2 month reign as champion, but you know,
a rare short run for a WWF. No, that doesn't happen.
All good things must come to an end, and come they did.
And boy, did they come.
Brock Lesnar defeated Kishi by in 10 count.
10 stroke? We're not gonna hit 9 minutes at this rate.
We can't use this.
We can.
Yeah, he defeated Kishi. And, you know, Mike Tyson's hyping him up. He's like, you know, we told you guys, all right? It's just a small little bump in the road. Brock Lesnar is the most dominant superstar in all of professional wrestling. And then Kishi comes out and he said, this was bullshit. He was cheated. You know, all the fans know that if it wasn't the numbers game, Kishi would have won. And then Kurt Angle comes out and he said, Kishi, you fat son of a sack of shit, get out of here, all right? You had your shot. You blew it. And now it's time for the real World Olympic gold medalist to get in there. Because remember, Kurt Angle, #1 contender next week, Chad.
Yes.
Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar for the belt.
Yes.
If you forgot. And Kurt Angle flips off Brock Lesnar and walks away. And that's how we end this segment here. Because we got to keep
Stole Steve Austin's gimmick.
We got to keep it rolling. We're about to go to commercial, but the little ad is a rematch from last night. It's Chad Collier and Lenny Lane up next, Chad.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And in a rematch from last night, damn. Chad Collier defends his belt, taps out Lenny Lane in 11:07 with, what's his move, Chad?
A rat trap.
There we go, the rat trap. Winning in 11:07, a good match right there.
Hell yeah.
Chad Collier at 91.
Damn right he did. Let's face your company.
Vince McMahon is in his office, and this is just a little South promo. He's acknowledging tonight. What are you looking at?
Just looking around.
Look at the show. He says tonight, Chad, we're going to have some Survivor Series qualification matches. Tonight, by the end of it, we will know who will be on Team Raw.
Ooh.
We move on. Dean Malenko, Nick Gage. Last night, Bryan Danielson slapped Dean, or didn't, he didn't slap him, but he didn't go for the handshake last night, and he walked out. Dean Malenko, Nick Gage are going to his locker room to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Disrespect.
And Bryan opens the door, and then he closes the door on Dean Malenko and Nick Gage.
The forbidden door's been closed.
The forbidden door's been closed, guys. We move on. Burger Cade taking on Rock and Roll Express. John Berger and Lance Cade. They defeat the Rock and Roll Express in 6:16 when John Berger pins Robert Gibson with a sweet and sour.
I just picture them like having like a coming down the ring with like a burger cart, like passing burgers out to children and fans.
Oh no! Kevin Kelly is backstage. He's asking Sean Stasiak a couple questions, including Sean, are you going to win tonight? Are you going to represent Raw in the Survivor Series match? And he says, yeah.
Nope.
He's looking in the mirror. He's like, yeah. Why would I not win that match? And then he also asked Sean Stasiak how he feels about Brock Lesnar being world champion again. And Stasiak, who still has not gotten his hands on Brock Lesnar since, the beatdown at SummerSlam last year, he says, should I be worried about that? Look at me. And he counts his abs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got an 8-pack.
Oh.
Think he's worried about Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar's never defeated anyone that's looked like me, Sean Stasiak. He keeps defeating guys like Kishi and other people.
And other people.
And the other people that keep getting hurt. Hint, hint, Triple H.
Yes.
We move on, Chad. We move on. It's Randy Orton versus Mike Tyson. Or not Mike Tyson. Randy Orton versus Mark Henry.
I was like, wow. Throw that away, huh?
Raw Survivor Series qualification match here, Chad. Who do you got?
Randy.
Yeah, you're right. This match sunk. There was not enough selling. Randy Orton defeats Mark Henry in 15:28 with an RKO.
You're wearing a Randy Orton shirt right now.
I am, Chad. You can read.
I can.
We go back to Vince McMahon, though. Vince... we mentioned this on SmackDown, Chad, but the winner of the Survivor Series match, the brand, gets a superstar from the other show.
Ooh.
Yeah, remember, you forgot. I love you. Chad going ooh means he forgot what happened on SmackDown.
I did. That's good. It's good though. Ooh.
Ooh.
Even.
Ooh. We move on. Brock and Randy Orton are trying to hype up Mike Tyson. Randy Orton says, you already got me on Raw Survivor Series team. Mike Tyson, you got this. You're going to qualify and you're going to join me. It's Mike Tyson and Sean Stasiak up next.
Oh, that's going to get 100.
The winner goes to the Raw Tag, or qualify the Survivor Series team, Chad. Who wins?
I'd say Stasiak.
You're right. Stasiak,
Yeah,
they don't have chemistry, and I already knew that because they already had a match before. But Stasiak defeats Mike Tyson in 15:01 with a Falcon Arrow.
Nice.
Sean Stasiak joins Team Raw.
Have to.
The finish of this match was Randy. He came out, and he was going to use I think I wrote down a mirror. Because that's Sean Stasiak's, he loves mirrors.
He does.
But as he was checking himself out, he could see Mike Tyson coming up from behind him, and he moved out of the way.
Nice.
That was the finish.
You're only smoking mirrors.
Because okay, don't. Why would you ruin my gimmick with Cody
awesome.
Rhodes?
I like it.
Unbelievable. Cody Rhodes stinks.
Oh. That's why you say fuck Cody Rhodes at the end of everything.
Yes, PJ Black and Shane McMahon are here again, and they're doing their things. They're maniacally scheming backstage, Chad.
Ooh, plotting.
We move. Oh my God! Another tag team qualifying match here, Chad. Jushin Liger and Kaiji Muto, Second City Saints, and the Bashams. Who's going to make it to Team Raw? Well, you can find out. It's Dynamo. Liger and Muto defeat everyone when Liger pins someone, and it looks like he pinned Ace Steel with a dislocated jaw.
Oh man, he'll never speak again.
Thanks, Pat. He seems pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Ace Steel's gonna have a steel jaw after this is done.
And then another recap, another hype video of Angle and Lesnar next week, Chad. What a match that's gonna be.
It's gonna be face steel.
Unfucking believable. You're so funny, Chad. You're so funny.
Thank you,
Chad.
Thank you.
I have to join this call now.
Okay. I'm gonna stock down and pause.
No. We move on. Alex Wright, Chad,
Yes.
is coming out, and he says he's gonna be the new star of Seinfeld. He's gonna star in the next season, Chad, the final season. He says, this is gonna be the greatest cinema performance of all time. And then he calls out, he brings up the Rock's movie from 1999. Remember, well, Rock left for 6 months in 1999 to film a movie.
Yeah.
It was, and then Alex Wright's calling it out. He says this performance stunk. You put a bad name over the WWF superstars and their acting abilities, and now look at me, the greatest star in Hollywood, Alex Wright. And then The Rock comes out, Chad, and he says, "Fuck you, buddy.
No.
Let's get in the ring." And then Vince McMahon also comes out and he says, "This is for the final spot in Team Raw. The Rock and Alex Wright, Chad. Who do you got?"
The Rock.
The Rock does tap out Alex Wright in 1940 with a submission. What a match that was. Anyway, cool. All right, we finished the show here with a 96, Chad.
Damn right.
What can we say? What can we say?
It's going to be tough to beat.
It's going to be tough
But I
to
can
beat.
do it.
Chad, we'll see you for Nitro.
We will. All right, Justin, we are here with Nitro running in Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
How you feel about that?
Stop looking at me. Book your damn show.
Stop looking at me.
I'm doing this fucking show.
All right, we're just going to start. So we start off with a Click promo. Shawn Michaels is
How
here.
did you fumble this?
I rated Shawn on star quality. Apparently
Why?
that was not right.
No.
Oh.
Is he talking?
Yeah.
And then he should be on microphone.
Oh, well, he's here on star
Star quality
quality.
be like a hype package.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
The next matchup is blank versus
Oh,
blank.
well, oof. Shawn Michaels is here in the ring, and he has his world
You can
heavyweight.
tell right there the lack of anything interesting happening because no one's rated on mic.
Got it. The World Heavyweight Championship is slung upon his shoulders. And he says, they just boast about how mighty, how dominant the Click is, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about what's next. Well, Shawn says, World War III is right around the corner. And you look at the world champions that you have available right now. On Thunder, you've got Goldberg. By the way, I beat Goldberg. My first match, it was a triple threat match. I beat him.
Okay.
You look over on the Nitro side and you see Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I have some, let me just recommend to anybody who's thinking about entering in the World War III match, if you win, maybe don't use your title opportunity at Starrcade. Because if you win, it's going to be a wasted opportunity. Because there's no way you can beat me. Because I am the best wrestler in the world, and I've got a Click behind me, backing me up. Why don't you ask what happened to Sting? What happens when you get in my way? Because I have some unfortunate news for all of you. Sting is injured. Sting's not here tonight, and we don't know when the next time we're going to see Sting is. You see, it's unfortunate, but... And Shawn's wearing like a cowboy hat while he's in here right now. He's wearing like a suit and like a cowboy hat. And Shawn takes off his cowboy hat and he holds it to his chest and he looks down and he says, "I have some sad news to report that on Sting's way to the ring tonight, he was in a bad accident. He was hit. He was T-boned by a car." And he's looking over at the Click members who are like smirking. He says, "We don't know who these people were who hit Sting and injured him, but whoever they were, I hope they get what's coming to them." But Sting isn't here tonight, which means it just goes to show what happens if you try to get in the Click's way. Something bad might happen to you. And then Rob Van Dam's music comes out, hits, and he says, "Sting, not being here doesn't matter to me. 'Cause Shawn, guess what? I'm not afraid of you or any one of your Click. And listen, it's World War III." But I think it's time that I think you need to defend that world championship at World War III. And if no one else is going to step up and challenge you, Shawn, then I will.
No one's had a chance to.
I mean, guys, he's
the first
going to be the
segment
first.
of the night,
He's going to be the first one. Because that's why, Shawn, I want to face you one-on-one. And Shawn says, "Absolutely not." And Kevin Nash says, "Hey, short stuff. How about if you want a shot at Shawn Michaels, how about you wrestle me tonight? And if you can beat me, then maybe we can start talks about you facing Shawn Michaels. But let me tell you something, Rob. You're not going to beat me.
Come on, Mask Guy.
And Rob Van Dam, he accepts the challenge. So tonight, we got Rob Van Dam versus Scott Hall, Justin. Or Kevin Nash.
What of a kind.
And we have our first match. This is a AAA and CMLL showcase, Justin. A little battle of the companies tonight.
Oh, you're having showcase matches
And
for no reason.
a decent match. Shocker defeats Super Calo with
This
the
is a
La
shocker.
Renero.
This is a shocker.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
you don't have...
We have lots of injuries
why
right
build
now.
stars when you can have Super Cal and Shocker on here?
Correct. And Justin, we are backstage, and the Road Dogg and Kip James are still, they're boasting, they're gloating, No one knew it was us. The masked men, no one knew. We were so sneaky.
Everyone knew.
And Kip James is like, well, now that we don't have to hide you being here, welcome to WCW, brother. And they too sweet. And he's like, I'm really happy you're here. And then Bubba and Devon, they show up and they say, well, Devon, look at here. It looks like a new tag team has entered the reign in WCW. Devon's like, yeah, the new age old guys. And then Bubba, and then they say, why don't you show some respect? All right, listen, we've held tag team gold all around the world. And Bubba says, except for here. Because you see, we're the tag team champions here. And me and Devon, we're not looking to give these up. So listen, I don't care who you hang around with. You want to be friends with Shawn Michaels, that's fine. But Sting was our friend. Sting is our friend. We got a lot of respect for Sting. All right? So listen, you guys want to send a statement? You guys want to send a message? You guys want to get in a fight? Well, how about this? How about one of you fight one of us tonight? So Justin, that sets up Kip James versus Devon Dudley. And it is a match. Kip James defeated Devon Dudley with a handful of tights.
Oh, he's a fucking cheater.
Oh, he's a bad guy.
He's a cheater.
And after the match, Debbie Malenko, the interim women's champion, is backstage. And they go, Debbie, were you shocked at the outcome at the pay-per-view? And she's like, was I shocked? Was I shocked that I won a match? Was I shocked that I became the interim women's champion? What a dumb question. No, I'm not shocked. I'm Debbie Malenko. I am the face of this women's division. You know what? No, I'm the face of this company. I am one of the biggest draws this place has. And they should be thanking me for getting back this championship because without me, this title means nothing. And without me, the women's division means nothing. Listen, there's a big multi-man match tonight to determine the number one contender for the interim women's championship, and I'm going to be watching. But quite frankly, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, no matter who stands in the ring with Debbie Malenko, they're just going to lose, because I'm a star.
True.
And they're not. And Justin, we have our women's number one contender, six-woman match. Sorry, my apologies. I, Justin, just randomized the winner.
Ah.
And then about that subpar wrestling.
You don't know what's going on.
And non-existent crowd heat. Beth Phoenix defeated Jacqueline Moore, Lita, Mariko Yoshida, Trish Stratus, and Takako Ino in 10:21 when Beth Phoenix pinned Lita with a glam slam. So, that means, Justin, we will get Beth Phoenix versus Debbie Malenko.
No, it won't, because she's hurt.
Oh, she's got a bruised pectoral muscle. Well, we still might get it. It just might be at a later date. Thank you, Bobby. Miss you. Have some pancakes. And Justin, speaking of the mask guy, we got the mask guy versus Little Guido.
Oh, wow.
Tonight.
Wow. Why is he taking on Little Guido?
And in a poor match, mask guy defeated Little Guido in 6:34 with an outward rolling cutter.
Okay.
What a match.
All right.
And Justin,
Yeah, where's this match?
After
Give me this.
Well, after the match, Bret Hart runs out and he says, "Mask guy, I don't know who you are, but I'm sick and tired of wondering, and I'm sick and tired of you hiding behind a mask and hiding behind your clique brothers. So here's the thing, all right? I did something that you don't have the balls to do. You say you talk a big game. You say you want to fight me. You say you don't like me, but yet every time I come down to this ring to get in a fight with you, you run. Well, it's impossible to run at the pay-per-view at World War III because I've asked Billy Kidman and he made it official. At World War III, it's going to be Bret Hart versus the Mask Guy. And it's going to be a steel cage match. There's no running. There's no hiding. There's nowhere you can go. It's me versus you inside a cage.
A lot of gimmicks at World War III.
What do you mean?
You got the World War III match. You got a cage that has to
Yeah,
stay above 3 rings.
we have 2.
And that's a lot. Imagine the Royal Rumble has like a last man standing in it.
True. Chris Benoit is backstage. He's got his United States Championship.
Nice.
They say, Chris, you've defended this belt so many times against the best WCW has to offer. And he says, that's right, the best WCW has to offer. I'm growing bored. There's no one left to beat, so I'll tell you what I did. I made some phone calls from some of our other companies to try to see if they could send me some talent, some people to wrestle, because I'm growing bored. So yeah, anybody from another company who wants to get in the ring and face me for the U.S. Championship, I'll see you out in the ring tonight. Justin, do you have any idea who you think is
probably
going to...
someone from New Japan, probably Chono, probably Tenzan.
And then about that sensational wrestling and fantastic heat, Justin. Chris Benoit defeats Hiroshi Tenzan in 1639 with a dragon suplex.
Predictable.
And Chris Benoit makes defense number 15 of the WCW United States Heavyweight title.
Yep.
So, got an 85, Justin.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, get off your phone.
My phone went off.
You're so mad when I do it.
I have work things you to do.
It
You're
doesn't
just
matter.
Snapchatting bitches.
And Justin, we are here. We've got the Tough Enough people on Nitro. Jeremy Borash is in the ring, and he says, you know, we've got some big stipulations heading into World War III for Tough Enough. Mm-hmm. And here's what it's going to be. At Tough Enough, every remaining participant in the competition is going to square off in a big multi-man match. And the winner of that match will be inserted into World War III.
So a fatal 5-way?
Yes.
So what was the point of it last week on the pay-per-view?
It was an elimination match.
Oh, so did someone get eliminated?
Yeah, Charlie Haas got eliminated.
I don't know. You don't handle your eliminations like I would. You don't send them down.
Yeah, Charlie Haas got eliminated. At least I think it was Charlie Haas. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's Charlie Haas.
Told you guys, he doesn't book his stuff. He has no idea what happened at the pay-per-view.
We can check. We can check. I know Chris Harris won.
I can't check. I'll have to go back to the video to check.
But anyway.
You're supposed to write this down.
So Justin, potentially one of these men could be in World War III.
Oh, wow. Finley.
Potentially. Yeah, and our main event. And a superb match. Rob Van Dam defeats Kevin Nash with a frog splash, Justin.
Interesting.
And then after the match, Shawn Michaels super kicked Rob Van Dam.
Oh, why would he do that?
And that's how we end Nitro. 81.
Ooh, what happened?
I fucked up on some of the promos. I think if I would have rated this a little bit better and they got higher ratings, it would have been a little better.
But 93 should have. Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot. There was no substance to the show. It felt like you had your main event angle and a lot of.
I think there was a lot of substance. There was no bad match on this card, except for the women's match. That wasn't even bad. That was 56.
At this point, blue numbers are good. Anything else, I think, is bad at this point.
Well, listen, we got 2. We had the United States Championship match and Rob Van Dam versus Kevin Nash.
Yeah, and no good promos.
The main event and the co-main.
The promos didn't help.
I was going to say, I think the promos doing better.
And you also used Kip James, the mask guy, too much.
Well, that's the game's opinion.
That's also mine.
And I disagree with the game's opinion.
Right, Chad, move out.
Move out?
Move on the chair.
Move out. I haven't moved in yet.
Move out of my chair. Move out of my chair. No. Jesus, you fucking just tried to destroy the set. We'll see you guys for SmackDown.
I'm mad.
Chad's mad.
And we are here with SmackDown, Justin. Let's get into it.
I don't want to.
Okay, then I'll get into it.
Don't touch my show. Let's get into it, Chad. Well, last week on SmackDown, we saw Stone Cold defeat Paul White to retain the belt.
Yes.
And we also saw Mystico defeat Jeff Jarrett.
Do you remember that?
Yes, but it well, we'll get into it because after the fact, Mystico got beaten down by Psychosis. Remember that?
Yes, the unmasked Psychosis.
This match was for the captaincy of SmackDown.
Yes.
Let's get into this show. We start off tonight with Eric Bischoff and Jeff Jarrett, Chad.
Ooh.
Eric Bischoff announces due to the injuries sustained by Mystico at the hands of Psychosis, Jeff Jarrett will be the new SmackDown captain because Mystico will not be able to go at Survivor Series. So Jeff Jarrett is the new SmackDown captain, Jen.
Nice.
And he tells Eric Bischoff, he doesn't need to do qualifying. He doesn't have to have gimmicky qualifying matches tonight. He knows who he wants on his team already. Also, we're here in the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, nice. Shout out Denver, Colorado.
So Jeff Jarrett, Eric's like, you already have who you want, and Jeff Jarrett's like, yes. Do you want to know who they are? And he asked the crowd, and the crowd cheers, Chad. They want to know who is going to represent Team SmackDown. Eric Bischoff, who's a little nervous about this, says, all right. So Jeff Jarrett, one by one, calls out, his former number, the first teammate for SmackDown is his former teammate, his former bodyguard, Paul White.
Ooh, well.
Former SmackDown champion, Chad.
Nice. Who lost the main event?
His next guy on Team SmackDown, the third member of Team SmackDown, a man that just jumped the ship from WCW, Mick Foley.
Ooh,
yeah.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley, Chad.
Guy who lost his match at the pay-per-view.
His next guy.
Team SmackDown's looking great.
Well, you can't have champions on Team SmackDown, so he has to.
You can't have losers.
Well, maybe okay.
This is just what I'm doing. What you do whenever I book anything. How does it feel?
They're not getting title matches. They're just on Team SmackDown, Chad. There's a difference. I'm not saying, this guy lost. All right, let's give him 2 world title shots out of nowhere. And then, he says, I want 2 people, most smart guys would take a tag team, a dominant tag team, but I want a rag tag team. I want 2 members of the Gentlemen's Club. And then he just looks down the list on his hand. He says, Scott Steiner.
Big Papa Pump.
And Clyde Flanders. So that's your team, Chad. Paul White, Mick Foley, Scott Steiner, Clyde Flanders, and Jeff Jarrett.
Paul White and Mick Foley must have missed the memo that they had to wear sunglasses.
I hate you. Why is that funny? That's not funny. So there we go. That's Team SmackDown. They're taking on the team of The Rock, Stasiak, Orton, Liger, and Muto. Who's got the better team? I don't know. But this team has 2 SmackDown World Champions, though.
True.
We move on. Christopher Daniels, after commercial, says, he's getting, he's flying through the cruiserweight division here in SmackDown, and he wants a new competition, Chad. He wants a new challenger. And someone's music comes out that we have not heard in, a year. A couple of years now. And, Chad, you know who it is. Coming out to accept the open challenge of the Light Heavyweight Championship, it's Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah.
And he gets in a good match with Christopher Daniels, but he does lose to the dominant Light Heavyweight Champion. But good to see Scotty 2 Hotty here, Chad. Former Cruiserweight Champion, Tag Team Champion, former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion, Scotty 2 Hotty. What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy?
Get your own guys.
What do you mean? I have my own guys. We move on. Perry.
Oh, speaking of my guys, all 3 of them are here. In fact, I think there's been one, Jeff Jarrett, and Mick is the only guy so far that hasn't been on my show at some point since this has started. Jeff Jarrett so far on SmackDown.
And he's the Team SmackDown champion.
Yeah.
Captain. Perry Saturn, he's kind of down in the dumps a little bit. He's been on a little losing streak. He's been putting on good matches, but he's been losing to guys like Eddie Guerrero, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Mick Foley. DDP walks into him backstage and says, "Stop crying. All right? All right. I've joined the Gentlemen's Club and I haven't done jack shit. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear wah wah wee wah back in the backstage," Perry said. And Perry slaps him.
I don't think you can say that.
What?
Wah.
You can't wah?
I don't think you can wah.
You can't cry?
I don't think you can wah, wing, or wong.
Wah is a crying.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Oh, I know, like a baby, like wah.
Fucking big baby Chad over here.
Wah.
I feel my diaper. Wah. Perry slaps him, Chad. He says, "Don't talk to me like that. I'm not a bum. I'm a former United States champion, Perry Saturn. I've done something here, DDP. What have you done besides lose and get carried by the Gentlemen's Club?"
Be a little
And Arn Anderson looks at him. He's like, "Hey, Perry, watch your damn mouth before I slap it out of you."
Ooh.
Move on. C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm, Team TNA, taking on TNT. It's TNA against TNT.
You can't even say it.
C.W. Anderson and Johnny Storm get a big win over TNT when Storm pins Tony Mamaluke. These guys are very good.
There have been now 5 guys who haven't shown up on on WCW.
Who?
CW and
yeah,
these guys and Jeff.
We move on. Clyde Flanders and Scott Steiner. They're like, what the fuck? And Scott's looking at Clyde like, can you go with the big bad booty, daddy? Can you? Or you got the freaks? And Chase Tatum does the little gun thing. 'Cause he's a former bodybuilder. He's got cannons. And he does. He flexes, and Scott says, you got a lot of work. You got a long way to go, Clyde. All right. But maybe some hoochie mamas will be looking at you. And then Scott looks at Kimberly Page and, oh, you already got a freak.
I'm Big Papa Bump, and this is Slick Son with the stuff. Ah!
Slick what with the stuff?
Slick Son with the stuff.
Slick what with the stuff?
You heard me.
We move on. This is a injury report on Mystico. I guess he suffered lacerations to the face and a broken pinky toe.
Poor guy.
Why are you crying?
I'm just so sad.
About what?
Mystico's injured. He was my favorite.
Chad has suffered a broken heart. He'll be out for 2 to 3 months. We move on to John Cena defeating Savio Vega, and John Cena wins.
Nice. Good for John Cena. He's over. But not as over as Savio Vega.
No, he's a 78, John Cena.
What do you think?
After the match, he grabs a microphone. He's getting 98 promos. He's already very good at the promo game. He says the champ is here, and PJ Black. I watched Raw last week. I watched what you're talking about, the Black McMahon era. No, the new era is the C Nation. The C Nation era. The champ is here, and at Survivor Series when he goes one-on-one with PJ Black, he's gonna show him that John Cena is the future.
Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks.
Let's go, Cena. Kane and Gangrel, the Departed, defeat Caprice Coleman and Dragon Kid here, Chad.
Why does Gangrel look like an artist drew a caricature of him at a fair?
That was a good match. Gangrel, the worst in ring, but it doesn't matter. Good match for the Departed.
I hate that picture.
In our co-main event, Rene Dupree defeats Yoshihiro Tajiri, Chad.
This is the co-main?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Got anyone. So, nice.
Yeah, I can't really complain about this. And then after the match, these guys, they're talking their shit. They said they're the best group on SmackDown. Better than TNT. Better than The Departed. Better than the Bash and... Oh, they're wrong now. Better than the Gentleman's Club, Chad.
Ooh.
Stone Cold, this is just a highlight. Stone Cold talking about he's going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar at the pay-per-view, Chad. Because it's Raw versus SmackDown, a tradition where the champions go against each other, and then the 5-on-5 traditional match at the end of the show. But it will be Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar in our co-main event of Survivor Series, Chad. Is that a big... Oh, it might not even be Brock Lesnar. I forgot. Brock Lesnar takes on Kurt Angle on Monday Night Raw, but at the moment right now, it's still Austin versus...
Doesn't matter if it's Brock. What? Doesn't matter if it's Kurt. What? Doesn't matter if it's Rikishi. What? Doesn't matter if it's Vince McMahon. What? Doesn't matter if it's Ted Turner. What? Doesn't matter if it's Hulk Hogan. What? I'm gonna beat them all. What? 1 beer. What? 2 beers. What? 3 beers. What? Some vodka. What? Some whiskey. What?
We move on. Kid Cash, pissed off. He gets out of the ring. He said he's pissed off, Chad, that he's not part of Team SmackDown.
As he should be.
He should be. He's a damn man here. He's one of the most dominant. He says he's one of the most dominant. No, he's not a dominant superstar. But it's Kid Cash. And he says he'll challenge any one of those 5 guys back there who's on Team SmackDown. He'll challenge them right for their spot right now. And Mick Foley comes on, he challenges him, and Mick Foley defeats Kid Cash here in 2006 to retain his spot. And show Kid Cash he sucks in 93.
Oh, nice.
That is how you book a show, Jen. All these greens and blues, Tran. Look at all.
Well, just wait. Thunder's going to step it up.
We'll see. We'll see you for Thunder.
All right, Justin. We are... Oh, you good? That scared me. We are here on Thunder, Justin. We are here at the Time Warner Cable Arena.
Oh, Alabama.
Yes, Alabama, yes.
No, North Carolina, sorry.
Yes. Get it right.
You didn't know either, bitch.
So, But yeah, 90% very large fan base here. Love us here in Alabama. 16,111 fans are expected for tonight's show. What does that matter, Justin? Well, I just want to let you know that 16,111 people are about to be witnessing the best show of the week. Put your phone down.
No.
Show some respect.
You can't make me.
And we're just going to start the show. I gave us a pre-show bout and a pre-show match. Lash LaRue defeated Chester Huey in 7:15 by pinfall. So, Chester Huey is getting better at his gimmick. And we start off Chris Jericho, Justin. He's having himself a Chris Jericho highlight reel.
Okay.
And he says, tonight, he says, last week at Halloween Havoc, or at that pay-per-view, Goldberg
5 days ago
defeated me. I took him lightly, and that's on me. Honestly, it was a really humbling experience. Goldberg, you put up a fight, and you know what? You're a fighting champion, and I came out tonight because I wanted to tell you congratulations, and I wanted to say I apologize for disrespecting you and taking you lightly. So please, Goldberg, please come out tonight. And Goldberg, he doesn't show up at first. And Jericho says, Goldberg, I'm not messing around. I'm not playing any games. Come on, come out here. Let's do this. So Goldberg finally comes out, and Goldberg says, Chris, I don't have a lot of time. I'm the Universal Champion. I'm a very busy man. I appreciate you smarting up and realizing, the disrespect you took, you caused me. So please, go ahead. And Jericho's like, Goldberg, I just want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that no matter how hard you try, no matter how many matches you win, your hair will never be as good as Chris Jericho. I'm sorry that you could never
have any hair.
Exactly. I'm sorry you could never wrestle a match longer than 11 minutes without getting winded, whereas I can go a half an hour. I'm sorry, Goldberg, that I took you lightly. Next time, I won't. I did make a mistake there. But Goldberg, let's make one thing clear. All right? Now that I know what to expect, now that I know what you're capable of in this new attitude, Goldberg, the next time we face off in this ring for the Universal title, I'll win. And that's why, Goldberg, I'm here tonight to challenge you for another match. And Goldberg laughs. And he says, absolutely not. You absolutely not. Chris, you will not have a shot at this belt. I've beaten you. I'm sorry. The answer is no. And Jericho's like, Goldberg, how about this? How about you tell me what I need to do to get a championship match against you? And Goldberg pauses for a second, and then he says, you know what, Chris? I made my claim in this industry by winning a streak, by having a streak of matches. So Jericho, I'll tell you what, throughout the month, I'm going to make you go through a streak. You have to win matches that I set up for you, and if you can win all of them, then I'll let you have a match at World War III. And Jericho says, you know what, Goldberg, that's a deal. I'm the best damn wrestler in the world. It doesn't matter who you throw at me. I'll beat them. And Goldberg says, well, I'm glad, because this gets me thinking, you talk about being the best in the world, let's see if you're phenomenal. Because tonight in the main event, you're going to face off against AJ Styles. And Jericho says, big deal, I can beat AJ. He says, hang on though, Chris, because it's going to be a best 2 out of 3 falls, and AJ Styles is going to go in with a 1-fall lead. Oh, okay. So AJ only has to pin you once. You'll have to pin him twice. And Jericho says, all right. I'm still in, whatever, sure. And Goldberg says, all right, Jericho, good luck tonight. And then, as Jericho's getting ready to leave, Goldberg grabs him, hits him with a jackknife, and puts him through the table on the highlight reel set.
Oh, that's not good.
So, he's going into a 2 out of 3 falls match, also, Justin, possibly injured.
True.
And we have our first match of the night, Justin. A tag team title match between the Unexpected Excellence and the Road Warriors.
You made Road Warrior Animal work? He's hurt.
And he got an 83 hurt, so good for him.
No, Owen and Raven got an 83 hurt.
And a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. The Unexpected Excellence defeat the Road Warriors when Owen Hart pinned Road Warrior Hawk with a spinning heel kick. And they make defense number 3 of the World Tag Team titles. Yeah, it wasn't great. That's because he was hurt.
Don't book guys that are hurt.
Then after the match, Chris Jericho.
God, you can't cut a promo.
He's backstage nursing his injuries. He says, listen, I may be hurt. That was a cheap shot through a table, but it doesn't matter. Because it's going to take more than a jackknife through a table to put me down.
Why Styles? Why is he not fighting Ray?
Relax.
Styles just lost the
Because AJ's the bad guy. AJ's the bad guy, Justin.
I thought Ray was the bad guy.
No, AJ's the bad guy.
I'm sorry.
Ray's the good guy. And Justin, we cut back to the arena, and we see Lodi and Shark Boy in disguises in the audience, sitting front row. They're eating popcorn, enjoying the show.
Cool.
For this next match, we got Brian Christopher versus Evan Courageous, and in this match, Brian Christopher defeated Evan Courageous at 9:46 with a Tennessee Jam.
Yeah.
So,
This match dunk.
Yeah, I don't know why this was so bad.
They got pre-show workers.
Brian Christopher's not a pre-show worker.
Yes, he is. He got carried by Scotty 2 Hotty.
Listen, well, he says otherwise.
Well, the numbers say otherwise.
He takes a microphone and he talks about how his entire life he's been abandoned. You know, my father was on the road all the time growing up. I didn't have a dad, and then I finally become a professional wrestler, and I finally am working for a company where I have a shot at getting close to my dad, and my dad goes and dies. He says, and that did a lot to me. It showed me that I had a hard time getting close to people. And then I came to this company.
Because you got fired.
And I met my friend who no longer works here because he abandoned me too.
What do you mean he met his friend? He was already with his friend.
Yeah,
you already knew him.
But they got back together. They re-teamed. He said, and we teamed, and I met a friend, and he abandoned me too. Everyone abandons me, but it's fine because when you get abandoned, and he puts his fist up and he shows this smile. He says, you just gotta smile. Grin and bear it. I'm abandoned, but that's okay because I'm Brian Christopher, and I am going to show everyone why they should never have abandoned me. I choked.
Let's see.
And we, Justin, show via satellite Juventud and Super Crazy. They're in Japan, Justin.
Yeah.
And Juventud says, Ultimo Dragon, you came out at the end of the night and you stared me down at Halloween Havoc. And now I get a report, and I got a call that you're not going to be at the WCW shows. So that's okay. So me and Super Crazy, we decided to come to you. So we're going to be in Japan. We're looking for you. If you're man enough to come find us and face us and tell me what that stare down was, I would love to have a conversation with you. I would love to have a little chat. But if you're scared, that's okay. But let me tell you something. There's only so far you can run. There's only so many places you can hide. Eventually, Juventud's going to find you. And just in our co-main event, Shannon Moore versus Samoa Joe. And about that had good heat in this wrestling. Samoa Joe defeated Shannon Moore with a Dragon Sleeper.
These guys don't click.
It's a big shame because I was hoping this would do better.
No. Well,
We are backstage.
why'd you yell that?
We're backstage. Dusty and Stardust are there, and they're just talking about the upcoming Hall of Fame induction of Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty Rhodes, he says, Stardust son, Dustin, I want you to be the one who inducts me. I can't wait till my son inducts me, the American Dream, into the Hall of Fame. I can't wait. And Stardust, he says, yeah, Dad, I'm super excited. It's an honor. And listen, maybe after the match, you can you can be in my corner in my match at Starrcade. Whoever I'm wrestling, I don't know who it is yet. Obviously, that's far down the line. But I would love to have a match, and I would love to have you by my side. And he says, Daddy, let me see what your daddy can do. I'll pull some strings. I'll see if I can put together a match. But listen, at the end of the day, you should focus on winning World War III.
See?
Because that way you punch your ticket, and then you, Daddy, can represent the Rhodes family at Starrcade and win the world title. Either against that rat Shawn Michaels or Goldberg or whoever. You're going to make me proud, son. And we got a tag team match.
Jesus Christ, this Thunder sucks.
Oh, Matt was hurt, that's why.
Yeah, stop booking injured people.
And a decent, he still got a 73.
That doesn't matter.
And in a decent match, Jeff and Matt defeated the Disco Inferno and Johnny Swinger when Jeff Hardy submitted Disco Inferno.
Jeff
to the
only
Texas
got a
Clover League.
77? Oh, he's falling off the rails. He's getting 90s at one point. What did he do to him?
I depushed him because he cost me prestige.
Oh, yeah.
And drugs.
Kill him.
Yeah, he's getting punished.
Well, he won, so I don't know how punishing that is.
Yeah, he went from being in a pay-per-view main event to tag teaming with Disco and facing Disco Inferno and Johnny Swinger. What a...
It's just you gotta beat...
Jeremy Borash tells Chris Harris and Mike Sanders the same thing he told Kylie Cologne. Just tell them that they have an opportunity to be in World War III.
Well, I can't wait.
I know, I can't wait either.
I hope they win it.
And our main event got a 98.
Of course, it fucking.
And about that
bunch
superb...
of bullshit, and then just a weird main event.
And about that superb wrestling at Great Heat, Chris Jericho defeated AJ Styles. This was not 2 straight falls. Actually, yeah, because AJ already had 1 fall. So yeah, it was 2 straight.
I was hoping that would fuck you. I was hoping it would be 2-1.
Nope.
Because then your storyline would have made no sense.
Yep. Nope. AJ went in with a 1-fall lead, but it didn't matter because Jericho defeated AJ Styles. The final fall happening with a submission from the Lion Tamer. Also, there was a Rey Mysterio run-in who attacked AJ Styles during the match.
Why?
Because AJ tried to hit a 619 on Jericho, and he was offended.
Ray's the good guy.
And that was Thunder. Got an 89.
I mean, hey, you're the 3rd and 4th best shows.
Yes.
I had the 1 and 2 this week.
Thunder was better than Nitro this week.
Another one for the good guy. Sorry, you can't keep up, Chad.
Yeah, we'll go. And